guys, so the build is finally here. Okay, I know many of you have been waiting for this. I really needed that small amount of time to fine-tune and fix some of the stuff, including the skill tree leveling guide, so on and so forth. Alright, so okay, it's finally here. This is the low budget Deadeye tornado shot cast on crit with ice spear. Okay, so for those of you that have actually seen the sneak peek of the video, you can more or less likely guess how it feels like, right? And in this build guide, I am going to showcase at a glance what this build is capable of and not capable of. Again, the usual shenanigans, and then I will go through the POB, right? Slightly on the POB. Of course, then again, I am not going to go through every single thing in the POB, just those important things that you will need to take note of. And then I will just follow up with a few of the gameplays I have gone through in the leveling process with this character, okay? Okay, and at a glance, what is this build capable of, and so on and so forth. First up, this build is a bit squishy. We all know that because this is a ranger build, it is a Deadeye, and I already have 134%, but I'm still sitting at 4000 life only. Alright, I think 4000 life is pretty decent for a ranger build already. There is possibilities to go higher, but you drop more damage, and I have tested it and I don't think it is required, right? So this is enough. As for the life leash on hit rate, I will say this is not reliable because it really depends on the amount of pack of mobs that you are facing with, alright? So if you are facing a really huge pack of magic or rare mobs that are hard to deal with, you are actually going to leech very crazily because we have life gain on hit. Okay, next is the defensive layer. So defensive layers, we are going with armor. Okay, as you can see, we have a physical damage reduction of about 73%, and this is actually quite high in my own opinion for a Deadeye. Like a low budget character that has 73%, I think it is really a lot. Right, for our resistance, definitely cap, and we really have nothing to do with chaos resistance. Alright, negative 60%. Yes, I know it's bad, but then it is a low budget build. You can't expect so much from it, right? Right, so that's it. For defensive layers, we have about 100% movement speed. This is really very fast. Okay, in my own opinion, for a low budget, this is very fast. Of course, no elusive, but because we have tailwind. Okay. Next, what is the highest DPS achievable? I will say it's about 1.3 million. This is sitting at a level 93. Alright, if you go until level 95, then it will be higher, but on average it should sit about 1 million plus DPS, so it's pretty decent for a low budget version. Okay, and then next, what is the estimated cost? Guys, this is a low budget version, alright? I always keep it at about 1 to 2 exalts only, not more, not less. Why is there a dash on the skill gen? Because this is a low budget. Please use whatever is given, okay? Just level up the gems on your own. There is no particular cost for it. If you really want to maximize, then just get all at 2020. Okay, you are not going for a high budget. You don't need specific quality on your gems. You don't need a 2120 on your gems. It's low budget, 2020, that's enough. Okay, and then next, does this build has any weakness? Yes, it is weak to ignite. It is weak to chaos damage. Like most of the builds, is always weak to dot damage. So if you are giving up some of your flask suffix, you can actually put in immunity to ignite or immunity to poison damage, whichever. Alright, but I because it's a low budget, it's very hard to mitigate this, so I'll just let it be. You just need to be a bit careful. I will say ignite is still bearable, but some of the chaos damage are really quite crazy. As long as like if you see a bunch of magic monsters which has chaos weaver, please just run away. Just run away and kite them slowly. Okay, there is really nothing I can do about it. Okay, next, map mods to avoid. Honestly speaking, this build has nothing. Okay, it can do every single mod. Reflect damage, no regen, no leech, everything it is capable of. Right, you will be surprised, but if I were to list out the map mods that you should avoid, the first one will be the reduced effect of non-curse aura, because you are going to reduce a lot of damage and a lot of survivability. Next will be the percentage maximum player resistance, because we are going to take more fire, cold, lightning damage, so the risk of getting one shot is higher. Okay, and the last one will be reduced chance to block players, and players have X% less armor. So we don't really care about the block, but we care about the less armor, because we are using physical damage reduction, and that comes from our armor. There is no additional source of physical damage reduction, so purely just for armor. And if we have about 35% or 30% less armor, then our physical damage reduction is going to drop by a lot. Okay, so this is just something that you need to take note of. Okay, and this is the POE, the skill tree for this build. This is at level 80, so I would suggest you to transit from level 80 onwards, no less, because it's not really viable before that. Okay, so level 80, and then I have a level 93, which basically increases a lot more damage. Right, you can see 80, we are only at 960, plus 3.8k health, and at level 90, 10 more passive skill points is going to sit us at about 4000 life with 1.3 million DPS. So if you are going higher, there is a level 95 tree which boosts your damage. And in the notes section, I actually written over here, the first portion, your leveling transition, which basically show you what notes I take from where to where. Right, so okay, please ignore this for me. Right, so over here, so 80 to 90, if you do not know where I take the notes, please just search for all of this. Like, I can just copy Revenge of the Hunter, I go here and I just search the notes. See, it points out for me over here. Oops, sorry. So yeah, I zoom into here. So basically I took over here, and the rest of the notes that I took is so on and so forth. So this is how you can determine where I take them from level 80 to 90 onwards. Okay, so on top of that, just something that I want to showcase is over here. Why is this build capable of no leech or no regen? First of all, we have life gain on hit. Right, life gain on hit is from our quiver. And secondly is, if you realize, Tornado Shot costs 0 mana. Okay, you heard me right. Tornado Shot costs 0 mana, so you can spam as many as you want. If you actually get Acceleration Shrine, you are going to go nuts with it. Okay, you are going to go crazy with it. And Ice Spear costs 2 mana, only 2 mana. Okay, if you actually manage to get a 5% reduced mana cost jewel and socket it maybe on one of the base jewel here that has corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you, then your Ice Spear is going to cost 1 mana, alright? But I don't think there's a really huge difference over there. 57 mana is more than enough because of all of the mana reduced cost and whatever shenanigans that I've put inside. Our Tornado Shot costs 0, you can spam like crazy, you don't have to worry, and Ice Spear only costs 2 mana, which means you don't have to worry about anything, right? No leech, no regen, all doable. Definitely no problem. Okay, so that's for the skill tree. And oh yes, one more last thing is, what are you going to use to level up? I have put here a Toxic Rain skill tree, alright? So this is from level 1 until level 44 through the X, like halfway all the way until Act 5, that will be level 44, you will follow this. And then after Act 10 will be around level 66, you're going to follow this. And after that, continue leveling up, alright? Continue leveling up with Toxic Rain all the way until 80. You can do low tier level maps. I'm pretty sure about 10 maps or so, you are going to get to 80 in no time, alright? If you have more currency, if you are feeling rich, then guys, just go and do Bridgestones, alright? Bridgestones is very, very fast. One Bridgestone will get you 1 level. Otherwise, just do maps. Probably 2 maps will give you 1 level, so on and so forth, alright? And then transit your build from level 80 onwards. Alright, you probably need to respec a little bit, but by then it should be perfectly fine. Okay, so for the leveling notes, what you need to take from Act 1 all the way until Act 4, I written it here. Please have a look at them, okay? Yes, and after, like, let's say every end of Act 1, I did mention here what are your skills supposed to be as well. Right, so just go through this list if you need some guide and some help into what skills you are supposed to take for each quest. And yeah, you should be done in no time in Act 10. Right. Alright, and next will be the skill gems. Just gonna do a quick go through. So our attack will be Tornado Shot, Cast on Crit, and then Ice Spear, GMP Inspiration, no brainer. And the last one, we're just gonna take increased critical strike so that both our Tornado Shot and Ice Spear can hit almost 100% crit strike chance. Alright, I don't think Ice Spear has 100%, but it's more than enough. Alright, 90+% is more than enough, but we probably need Tornado Shot at 100%. Okay, that's the best. And then for our auras, we are going to run Determination, Herald of Ice, Precision, and Hatred. Okay, this is the best I can fit in. I don't think there should be any more. If you really want to, you can just add in one level of let's say Clarity, Vitality. It should be fine. Alright, I couldn't squeeze in a Defiance banner because if I were to squeeze in a Defiance banner, you can see I do not have enough mana. Right, so this is going to be on your weapon, on your bow. So you don't need to 6-link your bow, you don't need to 5-link your bow. You just need 5 sockets with this aura and a buff which is Blood Rage. Alright, so this 5 I have separated them to avoid confusion. So I've just separated them. You will need 4 green and 1 red on your bow. Actually, it's really pretty easy, right? So that's why it is quite viable as well. And then on our helmet, this is basically the Azeneth chance. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce, but yeah, you know this helmet. Trigger a socketed spell when you attack with a bow. So there's only 2 skills on this bow. Alright, first will be our Freezing Pulse and then Frost Bomb. Okay, so Freezing Pulse is used in this helmet because we need to proc the power charge. Alright, that's why you have a Freezing Pulse plus power charge on critical strike. Okay, and this is what is going to generate our power charges. Frost Bomb for our cold exposure and Bone Chill just to inflict onto the monsters. Alright, so some of you might wonder why Freezing Pulse. Most of them are using Creeping Frost. What else you have? I don't know, Frostbolt or another Ice Spear. The reason I use Freezing Pulse is Freezing Pulse has one of the fastest projectile speed in the game. It is really fast by its own already. So when you see the gameplay later, you will realize the Freezing Pulse shoot really fast, and that is where it's going to inflict all of your Bone Chill and generate all your power charge before your Ice Spear actually hits the target. Alright, and not to mention, because we are Deadeye, Freezing Pulse actually shoots out 3 additional projectiles. Okay, so the projectiles also pierce all targets, which means every target that is behind or beside it that Freezing Pulse hits, you will have a chance to generate a power charge, and that makes up for the 5 power charge in total. You will probably get maximum power charge in probably just 2 tornado shots. That is why Freezing Pulse is there. Okay, next, Frostblind Arcane Surge. I think I don't need to explain this. Mark on hit, we are going to use Sniper's Mark for sure because we are projectile. So cast when damage taken guard skill. This is something that is debatable. Alright, the other one that I might actually include in will be Molten Shell at level 10. Is it 10? I can't remember. I'm sorry. Yes, it's at 10. So choose between one of these. So the reason why Molten Shell level 10 is applicable is not because yes, the buff grants very little armor, but what you are really looking for here is the buff can take damage equal to 20% of your armor. Alright, not 20% of Molten Shell armor, but 20% of your overall armor. So we are sitting at 17k armor. Alright, 20%, I would say, can we just average it out to maybe, let's say, okay, 10% is 1.7k, right? So 20% is 3.4k, alright? So basically, you are going to take damage equals to 3.4k of this buff. That is really a lot. That is really a lot, okay? And that's why Molten Shell is another viable option. But yeah, just choose in between, alright, which one you want. There is no right and no wrong. Immortal Core can be good at times because you straight away take less elemental damage or physical damage. But the problem with Immortal Core is it only lasts 1 second, right? And then it cools down for like 3 seconds. So there is a 3 second duration of the buffer time before you actually go back to a safe state again. Okay, the last one, just go cast on Death Portal or put whatever skills you want inside. You can put War Cry, you can even put summon Lightning Golem or something like that, but the Golem will probably die too many times, so I just ignore it. But yes, you can put whatever you want in the last 2 slots, alright? I will just put cast on Death plus Portal, because this is a low budget, you are still vulnerable to death, alright? This is not a flawless build where you won't die. Okay, so leveling skills, I'll just leave it over here. This is for a 6 link. If you do not have a 6 link, just take the first 4 skills, alright? And then you have the Buylist Totem, Aura, and utility, and you are good to go for leveling all the way from 1 until 80. Okay, last but not least, for our items, I'll just go through a quick one. Your bow is going to be a critical strike chance implicit bow, alright? Decimation is not the only one. I think there is another bow that has critical strike chance, but I'm just going to leave it over here. And on this bow, you're going to just put an essence with critical strike chance, alright? And then just bench craft global critical strike multiplier or any of the damage mod. It is really up to you, but I think critical strike multiplier gives the most damage. And whatever else is in that bow, I would just say it is a bonus, alright? It is not included in the DPS over here, but if you do manage to get like +1 socketed gems or additional cold damage to your spells or spell damage, alright, it is very good. Okay, otherwise, if you can, the expensive essence for a start will be the Essence of Lofting, which actually gives you, no sorry, Essence of Way, which gives you spell damage. That will be the better choice. But then again, if you want to go for the budget, just go for the critical strike chance. Okay, yes, let me just show you a quick one. Okay, so Essence, let's say, okay, let me just remove this first. Alright, I will just take Essence of, oops, sorry, oh, it's here, Essence, I just do Way. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this shit, but yeah. Okay, let's just say we will take Screaming, alright? Wailing or Screaming, either one of them, okay? Either one of them. We're gonna put here, okay? And you can see we are going to have a lot more damage. But then you can see the critical strike chance, it drops by a lot. Alright? So the reason why I use the critical strike chance instead, which is Scorn. Oh, Scorn or loading? I think oh, okay, sorry, it has to be loading. Alright, so I took Screaming Essence because for each critical strike chance on this bow, it actually adds to your base critical strike chance. Alright, that's why with this we can hit 100% really very easily. Right? That's one. And then our unique items will be High Risk Demise with Azaneth's Chan. I believe I've already showed you just now. And the rest, right, the rest is just life plus resistance, alright? Whatever that is benchcraft over here is just a bonus. Of course, the boost your unique movement speed for sure. And the rest is really just life plus resistance just to cover your bare minimum of the resistance layers or your defensive layers, alright? For the flask, we're going to go with Quicksilver with attack speed. We don't really need the small amount of movement speed, so attack speed will be better. Diamond Flask with the additional critical strike chance. Granite Flask with more armor so that we won't get one shot like crazy. Sulfur Flask for slightly more damage and the reduced effect of curses so that you'll be 100% reduced curse immune, sorry. And then the Life Flask with immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood. Okay, so first of all, this one you can actually change to anything you want because I recommend you to use or to get anti-corrupted blood jewel, which means corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you. Sometimes you really just shoot or hit things too fast that you won't even know that the corrupted blood have reached like 10 stacks, and that is where you will just randomly die to it. So for safety purpose, I think this is better. You don't need to get the critical strike multiplier with cold skills. Just get one corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you base jewel, alright? And then we will have our replicas conquer efficiency for the non-challenging skills have -9 to total mana cost. Alright, that will give us 0 mana cost for Tornado Shot and 2 mana cost for our Ice Spear. Okay, and so yes, that's for the POB. Enjoy the gameplay now. Another thing I want to mention lastly is the high budget version will definitely be available because I would want to play as well, but it will not be out so soon because I am trying to tweak things around to see if it can be maintained around 50x ish. I try not to go higher than that because I'm trying to balance between cost efficiency and the build survivability, damage and stuff like that, which is better and which is not. So there is a lot of research and try and errors and fixing to be done, and it is not easy. So yes, of course, if you want to go the high budget build, you can just go POE Ninja and copy anyone's build. It's perfectly fine, but I will say their builds is actually more expensive than what it should be. It can easily go up to 100 exhausts if you were to see those highest DPS one. But other than that, yes, the high budget build will take slightly longer. Alright, about 1 to 2 weeks time. I will need a lot of tweaking from that. So yes, for now, just enjoy the gameplay of this low budget Tornado Shot CoC Ice Spear. Okay, and this is the Atoll T16 map. Right, if you want to see the mods is over here. This is 90 plus Corn Atoll. Right, let's go. Oh my god, that's a quite insane number of monsters. Am I gonna die? Oh my god, look at that lifesteal. I got to say I am really loving this build, man. It might actually be one of my top contenders for my next league starter. Of course, you don't league start with this. It's not possible. But yeah, it's low budget. What more do you want? This is a low budget version. Where's the boss? Where do you go until there? Yep, that's the beauty of this build. You can just stand far and shoot at your bosses or enemies. But of course, not every bosses is like that, so is that beyond? It is, right? Yep, I'm sorry, that was a beyond boss. Beyond bosses are particularly hard, so I think anybody would have died from it. A low budget version. Actually, how did I even get a beyond boss? Does this mod have beyond? Oh, more stuff. I really like the MTX on this build also, man. Like the Tornado Shot is black, and then the Ice Spear is like pinkish in color. Blackpink? Okay. Suddenly I just thought of it. Okay, so we have a Blackpink build. Oh yes, and one more thing, this build right works super well in maps that has lots of wall. Okay, when you're fighting bosses that are like enclosed, and when I mean enclosed means like in a room or something like that, you can see all of the ice spears just bouncing off the wall and shooting right back at the boss. Okay, it is really insane. I will show it in the next gameplay video. Okay, I will probably do one that is in the underground river map. Right, that boss is quite enclosed. Right, so that's it for Atoll T16. Alright, I said I'm gonna show you the underground river map. Why this map is because it has a lot of walls and it is very linear. Alright, so it is a good map as well. It's just that it doesn't drop a lot of divination cards. Okay, so just see the ice spear animation for yourself. I don't think I can explain it to you in any other methods already. You just have to look out for those ice spears that are reflecting it back from the wall. Okay, they are really good. Is that a boss? Yeah, that's a boss. It's a Beyond boss. I think I had Beyond on this map. Okay. Yeah, it is same as the tropical island map. You can see that. I mean the atoll. It has really good clear. Okay. It's just very straightforward. Shoot and walk, shoot and walk, shoot and walk. There is not a lot of things to press. You only need to put one finger on your movement speed button, movement skill, and just right click on your main tornado shot CoC, and everything just dies. Like what more can you ask from a 1x build, man? Yeah, I've been trying to search for this build in a low budget version for a long time, but there isn't really one, so I was taking quite a long time to actually fine tune it and tweak it according to the future patches of the build. So I was actually working one with evasion, but it turns out that it is not possible anymore. Okay, so I'm at a boss. So before I start, right, I want you guys to look carefully that this is how it works. You can see all the ice spear will start bouncing off the wall. Alright. Yeah, just look. The ice spear just bounce off the wall and reflect back at the boss. There you go. Look. So when you are fighting bosses that has this kind of enclosed area, it is really strong. Wait, is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. I'm sorry. He's dead. He's over here. His corpse is here. Okay, guys, so that's it. The T16 Crimson Temple map. Everybody's favorite map. Right? Just sit back, relax and enjoy. Hopefully I don't die. Oh, I forget to activate my Blood Rage. Wait, is this a Beyond map? I don't remember having Beyond though. Let me just take a quick peek. Okay, there is no Beyond. How did that guy pop up? Never mind, whatever. So this build, right, is actually quite nice, like in this kind of areas as well. Because you have a lot of walls, you will see your ice spear tornado shot just bouncing everywhere on the map. Right. Okay, divination. Okay. Oh yes, and if you are playing or trying out the low budget version, right, I really would not recommend assets, okay, because it is really hard to kill them for this build. Like if you see a overpowered essence, you are in big trouble, man. Like it is really not easy to kill them. Okay, have I killed it? No. Last boss. Oops, screaming invitation. So yeah, as you can see, I am actually playing it really safe, alright? I'm not just randomly throwing my character into a bunch of mobs and hoping I clear them. Alright. Oops. Okay. I think we're halfway through the map. And guys, if you actually get an acceleration shrine, right, this build is going to go nuts on you, okay? It's damn fun. Yeah, I swear it's really super fun if you get an acceleration shrine. Unfortunately, we did not get any. That is a bit sad. Did you get any? Nope, we did not get any. And you don't have to bother or worry about not able to hit monsters behind you, because tornado shot is like 360 degrees, right? And the moment it bounces off from a wall, it will just chain back right to wherever there's enemies or monsters, and that's where it procs cast on crit, and your ice spear will like just be some homing missile. So yes, actually this is a really good demonstration onto why I use freezing pulse. Also, you can see that the freezing pulse projectiles are really fast, and that's why I am always able to max out my power charge as soon as possible. Alright. Okay, so this is Crimson Temple T16. Okay, that comes to the end of this video. So if you have any questions, do join the Discord and I will try to answer your questions. And if you like my video, do remember to hit the like and subscribe button. I will see you in the next one. Bye!